got 4 common linking mistakes. There's plenty more mistakes to be made, but these are the 4 that I want you to watch out for first. Why? Because if you can get these 4, then the rest are going to be easier. And there's different reasons they might be mistakes. What makes it difficult? Where's actually the mistake in linking? We're going to talk about both of those things. So we've got 4 to cover. The first one is NG. When one word ends in an NG, and that's really common, verbs that end in NG, ING, are really common. Anything in the continuous or the progressive. ING adjectives as well. Those are really, really common. So this is a common mistake. Number 1, you're going to see it a lot of the times. Number 2, NGs are difficult to make, first of all, because probably your language doesn't have it. So keep in mind that an NG is the tip of your tongue, not doing anything. In fact, it's the back of your tongue. That's what you need to do. Some people, they hear how other people are dropping it, and so they think that that's what they should do. And it could be reduced, and that's fine, but please don't make the mistake of not doing an NG because you simply can't articulate it. So it's the back of the tongue. If you're having trouble, grab the tip of your tongue to kind of immobilize it, and then say, the back of your tongue should come up and kind of touch that soft part of your throat in the back. So, the first thing we're going to hear is 3 clips, and I want you to see if you can hear somebody say bring, linked with the word as in a word, letter A, the sound of usually it's reduced to the schwa sound. Bring a sweater because it's going to be cold, for example. And now we're going to listen to some NGs as well that are being reduced. We have 3 examples as well.
I remember thinking, how can I bring a child into a world like this?
And make sure you bring a shirt and a sweater.
She'll bring a very good prize.
So 3 more. Watching a movie. Watching a movie. Or did they say watchin'? Watchin'. Are you hearing the linking with an NG, with the tongue in the back? Or an N, with the tongue in the front?
And people are still watching a movie and talking about a movie.
It's like watching a movie.
And usually this happens with a verb more often, but it could happen with an adjective that's an NG ending. The next example we're going to talk about is the TH. Most languages don't have a TH sound, and in English we have 2. We have the unvoiced version, as in the number 3, and then we have the voiced version, as in the word the. So making it might be difficult, and then remembering to link it very well. That could be a mistake, right? It's just difficult, so I'm not going to do it. We've got some examples of an unvoiced version, both of, OF, the word of, but often we reduce it to of, both of.
It just hurts the both of us.
Who was your employer? That could be helpful to both of us.
You see, the other day, you made some allusions, both of you.
Next one, we've got a voiced version, in this case in a verb, because it's at the end. So breathe in and breathe out.
Breathe in and breathe out.
Breathe in and breathe out and come sit down.
Breathe in and breathe out.
The last example we're going to hear from a clip is it could be voiced or unvoiced. We actually do both. So the question is it there? Do you hear it? Is it linked? And do you hear it voiced or do you hear it unvoiced? With one, or with the one. Both are correct.
Loki has him under some kind of spell, along with one of ours.
We will then crush the rebellion with one swift stroke. I wouldn't know what to do with one if I caught it.
The next common mistake is an R. Again, one main reason is a lot of languages don't use the same kind of R as us. Some languages don't have really an R. They have something more akin to an L. But if you have an R, maybe your R is very different. For example, a French R is very is very much in the back of the throat. And RR is, we have one where the tip is curled, and then we have another one where we're bunched up against the molars. So here, we're going to use the word R and then U. And we're going to listen to an American saying it. So you're going to hear that final R.
Harvey, where are you?
Where are you?
There are a lot of accents and dialects that the R is kind of dropped, and we call that non-rhotic. So for some non-rhotic speakers, they're going to drop that R sometimes, and it might depend on what's before or after that.
Are you interested in his character or his social circle?
What are you talking about?
And the last mistake we're going to go through is often a mistake because it's not you, it's English. And so it's spelled with the letter S at the end of the word, but often that S letter sounds like a Z. So again, we're talking about the voicing, whether or not the voicing is there. Some languages have both, but you might not know that you're supposed to voice that S into a Z because you're just reading it as an S.
Does it make you feel responsible for Harvey Dent's current predicament?
Well, it don't hurt him either, does it?
Those are 4 common mistakes that I really want you to master because they're A, really difficult to do, and if you can master them, that's amazing. And number 2, it's because these are common mistakes and we use these sounds all the time. I don't want you to make a mistake because you can't do it. I want you to choose how you speak because your voice is your choice, as you know.